What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday. Welcome back to another Vampy Book Club. You know, I can't start this without my buddy Dollar Dell. And here he comes. Here he comes crashing in.
They buy something for $1.
Well, a little better than last week. So no storms or nothing. So that was actually at 100%.
Exactly. It was
So
weird last week with the
actually,
storms.
this week fits. We're doing a cover that actually fits the season. The Halloween's next week, so we're actually doing one that's actually Halloween kind of because it's a zombie king. So on the cover,
Yeah.
yep, and it's issue 20. We're on episode 21, but we're all right. So this is issue 20, done by not done by Enrich and not done by St. Julian, done by Luis Dominguez. So an Argentinian artist that was born in 1923 in Argentina. And he's known for doing House of Secrets and stuff like that and westerns and all kinds of stuff. But when he got started was in 1940 in Argentina with a comic strip that I just couldn't pronounce the comic strip name, so so I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
It's in Spanish, so it's a little hard, you know. I already have trouble with English.
I thought you could read Spanish, Jeff.
I already got trouble with English, man. What do you think? I'm dyslexic already, so that's gonna be already a problem trying to pronounce something. But yeah, so he's known for House of Secrets. Mostly, he's known for his horror and sword and sorcery stuff. But he's the guy. The Luis Dominguez actually did four strips, 8 covers, and most of his covers were either not vampy at all. He did not do no vampy stories. All of the 4 stories. Oh well, yes, he did do a story in this one, but it wasn't vampy. You know what I mean? No, it wasn't. It wasn't a he didn't do vampy until 30 years later.
Right.
So, well, me and Del were talking about this previously before we were on stream, but yeah, so he didn't do vampy until 30 years later. He didn't get a chance to draw vampy until 30 years later. But yeah. So he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing artwork. He was doing like writing other stuff, but like if everybody out there knows that it's these books, these magazines are not only there are multiple stories in there, so yeah, he was doing other stories in there too. So
yeah, so he pretty much did a story called Vengeance, Brother Vengeance, and this is where the cover came from. Is a story he did in there. So if you guys were here a couple episodes ago when we went over issue, what is it, 18, this was supposed to be 18's cover, but it was not 18's cover because of, I think, the story, what the facts and everything go, what I've researched and what I found out was it got held back from getting issued on 18. But what I think happened was Dominguez wasn't finished with the sword and sorcery story, Vengeance, Brother Vengeance. That's why it got held back. That's what I think happened. That's why he didn't get the cover for 18. Because
I can see that happening where they postponed him doing a cover because if they were planning on him doing a story,
right.
Like, all right, well, I'll just do his cover and the story, the interior story as well at the same on the same issue. So
right.
I totally get that. Just to really put
that's the only see that's the only reason I did. I deduced because I read in the book where it tells you all the history about the covers, and I'm like, nobody understood why they held back the cover, but if you actually read the issue, you can see why, because the story Vengeance, Brother Vengeance, this panel is actually in it. This panel right here is actually in the story. So I kind of figured that's why they held it back, was maybe because Lewis was writing the story at the same time as doing the cover. because the cover got commissioned for 18,
Right.
but they probably last minute, knowing Warren, probably last minute go, hey, can you do a story for me too?
Yeah.
I
Yeah. That's
wouldn't,
right.
I wouldn't doubt that, in the last minute go, hey, can you do a story for me too?
Yeah. Exactly. Or maybe there maybe like
Yeah,
there is already talks. I was like, no, I'm doing a story with that'll match the cover. So let's
yeah.
so and since Warren seems to have a history that most of the covers tend to match a story that coincides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like,
coincides with what I deduced from doing my detective work on it.
mhm.
You know what I mean? I did my research on it. I'm like, huh, that could be the reason why they held it back. And then the story Vengeance Brother Vengeance the story was done by a teenage Greg Potter. Yeah, who will be known for doing, yeah, yeah, Greg Potter. That's the writer for that story. And then Lewis did the art in it. But we get another repeat person that we get another repeat artist that from Spain again. We get Gonzalez again, and we get what is it? Esteban Maroto again after the Vampy story. So we get Esteban again. So but Esteban actually did the story and the art in it. So that was kind of interesting again. So, but what did you think of the story so far? Actually, if you guys weren't here last week, it's pretty much a continuation of last week's story.
Yeah, it's still a continuation of Vampirella and with Dracula.
Right.
So
So let's get yeah.
it's a good story. It's taking an interesting twist in the middle of it here,
Oh,
but
what did you think of T Money's writing?
it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just the only thing that's hang out down hung up on is just
Serum again.
this. Yeah, that's the only thing I get hung up on this. Like one thing she's down to the last one, and then next thing you
Right.
know she has like four more vials, and then she's
Right.
and what? How is she getting the vials? What? Wait.
Yeah, like
Oh no.
last week's last like if you guys were not here for last week somehow the serum became magical now. It ain't it ain't scientifical. It ain't science no more.
Yeah, it's like
I just thought it
uh,
was funny.
yeah, to now the Adam and Conrad Van Helsing are somehow involved in witchcraft.
Yeah.
To not
Yeah,
only are
yeah.
they
If you guys weren't here last week, yeah,
yeah, it's
somehow
like
they got involved in witchcraft.
yeah, so there's I guess
We're-
there's white witchcraft, which is a good
right.
witchcraft versus a
Well,
black witchcraft or
well,
the bad
it kind of
witchcraft.
get it, but if you go issue before that one, well, I kind of figured they were going magical again because they said Merlin. You remember Merlin's mirror, so I had a feeling they were gonna go, they were gonna go that way. I'm like,
Yeah, but yeah, I just from the little bit the little bit I know about the Van Helsings, I don't think they were like somehow involved in witchcraft in any way, shape, or form. They were
right,
just like
right, right.
vampire
Well,
hunters.
I mean, if you think about it, they're vampire hunters, so they you would think eventually they would get involved with some type of magical
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, eventually because they're
yeah,
vampire hunters. So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, but this story wasn't this story wasn't bad. It's just like it shows the a continuation of the last story where both Vampirella and Dracula time travel back to the 19th century.
yeah,
You know,
19. What was it? 1920 something or 19
yeah, yeah,
something?
it's like the
1923 or something.
19th century. No, it's like
Yeah.
18 something.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
18. Yeah, 18 something. Yeah,
yeah,
1893 or something. 1819 or something
or
like
something
that.
like that. It's like the 19th century. They time travel backwards and all and Dracula was sent back by the Countess to kind of almost like to learn a lesson to atone for his
for
evilness and for
for his bad stuff,
for his bad deeds and
for
sins
his
and all
bad
that.
deeds. And then we
Yeah,
end up meeting Van Helsing's ancestors, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. The first, pretty much the first Van Helsing's that
Yeah,
there. So it's a continuation of that. They're still looking to
right.
save a woman.
Yeah,
Uh,
saved their his sister or his wife or something like that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. So to save her, and so they tested. They it looks like they tested two things on her.
Yeah,
One of them
like
was like
a stake, freaking cross, I think, and something else, I think.
yeah, it took the steak out, which
Right.
because
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
looks
Here
like
we go.
the steak that they had inside her chest was almost like keeping her. Well, it was didn't necessarily kill her, but it
R-
like kept her like almost like unconscious,
Yeah, it kept her
like a coma.
sedated. It
Yeah,
was
like
pretty
in a
much a
coma.
sedation.
Yeah, in a
So
way, which is weird because usually, from the vampire stories that we know,
right.
it's like okay, if a vampire gets pushed to the sunlight or gets a stake driven into their heart, it kills them
Yeah,
automatically, right?
they're dust by then.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've only seen a steak do like pretty much like this like how I heard in this story. I've only seen it once, and that was from the CW show called Vampire Diaries. I've only seen it once. That's why I'm wondering if the person that produced that one actually read some Vampirella stuff and got that idea from it because
yeah, yeah.
because
So
that's the only time I've ever seen it before the well well you know besides this one.
yeah, so yeah, that's the first time I ever see something like that. I was like, all right,
Yeah,
just to wake her up, and then like she, they go for it so it sees it. They see that the hole in her chest from the stake was healing up. Of course, it's like, oh yeah, she's
but
weak, and they had to.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wish they would have told us where the steak actually came from. Like if it was like a tree, like a special tree or something. But I don't think it said anything about where the steak came from.
it didn't say like, it didn't say anything. I was like, what, it did, the only thing it didn't really explain is like, how is she, like, how did by placing a stake inside in her chest,
Right.
instead of it didn't kill her, it just put her
It,
in like
it sedated her pretty much. It
yeah,
sedated.
put
Yeah,
heavily sedated and I put her in a coma
yeah.
state
Right.
type of thing.
But
So that's
it would have been cool if he somehow explained, like in little word bubbles, explained where the steak actually came from. Like,
yeah,
oh,
unless
yeah,
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 unless you
where
get something special to the steak to where, or
right,
if it it's like a special kind of deal where yeah, like you were like what you were trying to say is like it does something to the person and it
right,
just puts them in like in a coma
comatose state.
yeah.
Yeah. But I would have loved to, like I said, I would have loved to had some type of explanation of, hey, it's this steak is a special, it's not just a normal piece of wood, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? because
yeah, it's not
because
normal piece of
well,
wood.
yeah, what me and you know about freaking steaks is no matter what type of steak it is, in whatever goes into their chest, they're gonna turn into
It's
dust.
done. Yeah, it goes to their chest and they're done, and that's it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no ifs, ands, or buts, and that's it.
right,
But yeah, that's all it was. But yeah, it's which they're from here. It gives her some injections. Uh, and one of the injections that they were going to give her was like for it was like an anti vampire serum, and then one of them was
right.
the serum for Vampirella, where she I guess Vampirella gave him some of her serum.
I'm like, but this part I laughed at. You know why I laughed at it, right? You understand why I laughed at it though?
Yeah, because she traveled back in time with serum. I was like,
No, not only that, but she traveled back with serum, and then you know how she has limited serum, and she's giving away her fucking serum again.
yeah,
It's like, what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah, and even still in this one, they're like, so like to help her with the bloodlust and all that, which is fine.
Right.
But it's like in it
I
show,
just I
yeah,
just think it's freaking funny, man. Because every time we read it, it's like either she breaks a vial, either she's down to her last vial, or either she gives away her last vial. It's one of the three.
yeah, she's giving away stuff. I'm like, yeah. Well, which is funny thing is that a combination of a few things that happened in this one.
Dell, if me and you had some type of issue like that, would you give away your shit?
Yeah, it's like we want to get very much of it. So It's like so, that's what I kind of found interesting about this one because it's like, all right, here we go. That then she, they said, of course, you see Dracula out and about with this woman, and
Yeah.
doing this thing, and because but Dracula's, of course, he's fighting his temptation.
Yeah.
A
He's trying to be
temptation.
Mac Daddy. Mac
Yeah,
Daddy Dracula.
but wants a piece of her again and kill her again like he did last time.
Right.
Yeah, so fighting the urge. But it wasn't bad. It shows her like fighting the urge
Right.
on
It
the story.
wasn't bad. It was just freaking funny that he's injecting her with anti vampire thing, and then freaking I'm like, how the hell did you get her vial? Did she give it to you?
Yeah, it kind of like it just shows like she, it just pretty much the blood substitute serum. Dracula takes the credit for it.
Right.
So in properly it says that one of the word bubbles here that she gave it to Dracula and she didn't want to say anything about it because she didn't want to, she didn't want to like blow her cover and then
Yeah, she didn't want to out herself to be a vampire too.
yeah
but later down the line, she exposes herself.
yeah
Well,
yeah so
later in the story, where you guys see, she didn't want to she didn't want to out herself, but she outed herself somehow.
yeah, but it was a bad, it was so it's like they go on and then from here
Yeah.
it's like it's like the woman that's came back to life. She gets tired. Dracula takes her to the room, and
Looks like Dracula wants to take advantage, but not the way
yeah,
you guys think.
exactly, exactly. So it's just pretty. It's one of those like he's like he's torn.
Yeah. Get your guys' mind out of the gutter. It's not the way you guys think. He wants to take a nice little bite off off of something else.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to
Exactly.
nibble. He wants to nibble on something else.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
he
this
like he-
pretty much right here is pretty much we see him fighting his urges. His fangs come out and everything.
it's like he's fighting his urges. He doesn't want to, he wants to doesn't want to like bite into her, so he ends up leaving.
Right.
Uh,
And then my thing was the whole reason that freaking Vampy gave him the serum in the first place was for that urge.
right, right.
But this idiot goes, "Hey, I'm gonna take full credit for it, but I'm gonna give it to them to heal her." I'm like, you freaking idiot! If you had the serum for yourself, you would be okay. You wouldn't be trying to bite the crap out of her.
Yeah, but it was pretty. But no, it was pretty interesting. Only then Dracula, of course, makes his way into Vampirella's room. Yeah,
Because
uh,
he wanted some.
yeah, yeah. So actually, it seems like that's what the interesting twist to the story here. Uh,
Well,
yeah,
we'll get to it right now. Yeah, like,
yeah,
where he changes into Dracula again after the bat, going
yeah.
into the
So
room.
yeah, so
This is the part I didn't get because I thought she was running low on serum, and then it gives. Does he give him half? Does she take half and gives him the other half? I forget.
yeah, because she right here she this is where she says that she only has 3 vials left here. But
Like I said,
but Dracula's like trying to convince her. It's like, hey, look, I need to curb this appetite that I have, and
yeah, like I said earlier, Dell. Like if his ass didn't give those guys the serum, he would have been okay. She had 4 vials originally because
yes,
gave him the 1 vial.
right. So she wanted to curb the appetite. Like he wanted to curb the appetite, but only to as she gives it, so it's like fine, it's like Vampirella says fine, I'll give it to you, and so as he's drinking it, you see that the contrast pops out of nowhere,
Yeah.
only to tell him, oh, so you're pretty much. It's like, yeah, you're that was done. What you did was in vain. and the serum won't doesn't work, doesn't cure you, or doesn't help your bloodlust because your bloodlust is because you're evil. It's not like
That doesn't make well, it doesn't make any sense that the serum doesn't because oh yeah, wait, no, this is magic serum. Never mind. It's not the scientific one. Never mind.
well,
Never mind.
well, it's still at the same time. It's like this is where it's kind of like
It sh- it
I
shouldn't
feel like
matter if it's if you're evil or not. If
yeah,
you have a
exactly,
fucking
exactly.
craving,
Yeah, because that's where I kind of feel like it's kind of weird because it's been in this run so far in this story
right,
with Dracula being involved in the Vampirella story.
right.
I would think all right because like all right, the origin of Dracula is that he is also
Or
a
Draculonian. Yeah,
Draculonian as well. He's an alien vampire just like Vampirella
right,
from the same planet.
right.
It's just he went
It's
bad.
but like you said, like me and you say, it shouldn't matter that it if she's evil or not. He's a
Yeah,
Draculonian, and that serum should work for any Draculonian. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
exactly. So exactly. So you would think I
Yeah.
would think it's like all right, they're from the same planet, so they have the same a lot of same characteristics.
But you remember what I deduced on this one was since this version of the serum is magical. You see me throwing up quotes, magical. So magical stuff has has consequences.
Yeah, but it's just the only thing I kind of like. I question is like, okay, what?
I know
Why?
me and you question it too because I read it by myself and I'm like, what the hell? It shouldn't matter. He's Draculonian, so it should just work. It shouldn't be like he's evil. It doesn't work. But then I
Yeah,
thought of, but then they gave me, then I thought about it because I thought about the last issue where it goes, oh yeah, I can magically make these potions or magically make these serums now. So that's what I was thinking was like maybe hey, maybe because now she can magically make them. There's a consequence of magically making them.
but yeah, I would, but just I would think it'll still be the same either way.
Yeah, but me and you were thinking the same. It wouldn't matter, but like I said, for story purposes, probably since it's magically made now. Actually, I don't think that any of the news stories she has. Oh no. Yeah, she does. She has this serum. I forget. Yeah, I'm like trying to think if she does, but yeah, she does. But in the newer stuff, it seems like she's taking bites out of bad people more than drinking serum now. What I've
Yeah,
read so far.
yeah. I just think it's like, yeah, I was like, what
I
does it
just think
really
it's
matter?
me and you just think it's funny because every time she's either down to 4, 3, or 1 or 2.
Yeah, I just sit there thinking, it's like, okay, what and why? How is it? How is it? How
How
is
is it
one?
you're evil or whatever it is? You being evil, but you're Draculonian, you should be able to take that serum too, not just oh, you're evil, so that bloodlust is way different from her bloodlust. How's it way
Yeah,
different? You guys are
yeah.
both you guys are both from the same planet.
Well, what's what I say playing? It's like, wait a minute, doesn't make sense to me. It's like to me, it's like
Right.
I would think it's like, okay, well, one over the other. So no, it should be the same for both.
So
Should
would
be.
you call this a plot hole? Or would you call this
Yeah, it's just like I want to say I don't know if it was just a plot hole or just somebody didn't get their when creating a characters or creating an origin story, they just didn't get their
right?
story straight.
Or
So
T Money guy didn't reread at well reread some of the other stuff so to get their story straight a little.
yeah, so
But like you
that's
said, like me and you said, they're throwing magic in it now because originally it was scientific and then it was science fiction. Now it's into sword and sorcery realm now. It's like I forgot that's how the magazine started going was it went into it jumped from fucking science fiction to sword and sorcery now. 20 issues in and then it jumps to sword and sorcery.
yeah, it's just one of those just some of the things I just
Yeah,
like,
it's just wonky, but
yeah.
I know you're having fun just to laugh at the shit, laugh at them.
Yeah. It's like it's
It's
just
like what the hell?
something different for me to read
Yeah,
compared to what I usually read. It's
right,
like
right. I just think it's funny because even me reading it, and well, I'm like me rereading it, it's like, ah, shit, I forgot about this. I forgot we're 20 issues in, and they jumped the freaking sword and sorcery type stuff.
yeah,
I forgot, and I'm like, oh shit.
because I'm always reading my
Yeah, yeah,
usual Punisher and Hulk.
Punishers and Hulk and all that stuff. But yeah, yep, it's
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's different for you for sure.
yeah,
But I really, like I said, I really enjoyed the art on this page of Gonzalez's close-ups of Vampy and stuff like that on this one.
mm. Yeah. But but anyway, it's still the arc is fine.
Yeah,
Then
yeah. But it's still the story's still freaking crazy though. Because
yeah,
like you said, like on this panel, when she comes in and she goes, "Oh, the lust is not gonna." I'm like, I'm looking at it. I go, Dell's gonna bring this up for sure. Because as
mm,
soon as I read it, I'm like, Dell's gonna bring. As
yeah,
soon as I read it, I go, oh yeah, I forgot about this with this part. And then I read it, I'm like, oh, Dell's gonna bring it up for sure. Because it's
yeah,
like, yeah, it's like she had 4 things of serum left, gave him one, she takes one, and then Countress comes in and goes, hey, that's not gonna work because you're evil.
yeah. It's gonna work. Yeah,
It's like your mom coming in and go, hey, smacking your hand and go, hey, don't take a cookie. Pretty much.
exactly. So
Smacking your hand and go, hey, no, the cookie's not gonna work, or you're on a diet or something like that.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's just one of those. It's like it's just interesting how
Yeah,
they're
it's
doing
just
it, but
interesting, and I laughed my butt off because I started reading it, and I'm like, because I always whenever I read it now, I always go, I wonder what Dale's gonna bring up during during the stream because I'm like,
mm,
as soon as I got that page, I'm like, Dale's gonna bring Dale's gonna bring it up for sure because 3 things is he's Draculonian, he he's freaking like Vampirella Draculonian, evil shouldn't matter and that serum should work. But and then I countered thought it and I went because last issue said, oh yeah, I can magically make serum now. So she can turn water into the freaking serum. So
mm,
I assumed there was there was consequences for being it for her being to be able to make it and magically make it now. So I was assuming as soon as I read it, well, I thought of 2 things. You about how you would bring it up, and then I thought the other thing was there's consequences to her making the serum magical now.
yeah,
I just thought it was funny. And then this one, you know what I mean? Like the female again, and then him, him lusting after another one, this time a brunette.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so he's lusting after this brunette. Yeah, he ends up leaving the blonde alone, but he goes after the brunette, and
Yeah,
he
I,
gets
I was wondering why he went after the brunette, and I thought about it. I'm like, probably because it reminds him of Vampirella,
something.
yeah, or something. Because there's no reason for him to get away from the blonde. So it's
Right.
like, huh? Oh, I think he was trying to get away from it so he wouldn't get freaking staked like like the last time that he was there.
Right.
Probably. So yeah. So it happened. So he took a little nibble.
Yeah.
Well, more than a little nibble, but
He pretty much takes a bite out of the brunette, but then he goes as he's taking a bite out of the brunette. The Lucy character, the blonde walks in, and looks like due to the shock, it kills her. So she dies for a
that
second.
that didn't make no sense because no, oh yeah, it did because I forgot. Because I forgot in the beginning that they turned her back. I forgot.
Yeah, they turn it back.
I forgot they turned her. I'm like because I forgot when I read it. I'm like because I wasn't thinking of it though. So when I read it, I'm like, wait, how the fuck did she die?
Yeah,
Because she's
yeah. So it's like it just turns out that it's like all right, well, it ends up killing. The shock kills her.
that shot kills her, but it's You know what I mean? Though I read it, but I slipped my mind because I forgot. I forgot they turned her back. So I'm like, I'm reading it. I'm going, she's gonna come back. She's a fucking vampire. And then I flip back. I'm like, oh wait, they turned her back into a human. So she died.
Yeah, so but it's like, and they move on to beyond this, and it's like
Yeah,
everybody finds out, it's like, oh, he's a vampire.
yeah. They changed
And
her. Yeah, they changed her. They chained them up pretty good.
yeah, so yeah, it's like
I
it's
mean,
a
really, wouldn't have done anything because all he would have had to do is change into a bat, and he would have got
exactly
loose. He would
exactly
have got freaking loose. Anyways, it wouldn't have mattered. But now everybody's going after. But what I think it's funny that freaking Vampirella's running after him too.
yeah.
In this panel, like he drew Jose drew her in there, drew all the Van Helsing's, and then drew her. Yeah, this was interesting. I mean, reading it and then did they tell was the brunette like his wife or something like that right? Or
I think so.
because the way he was talking, it seemed like it was his wife or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. But and so everybody's all upset, and then they listen to the next. I think the next panel. That's when they realized that it was. They're about to kill Dracula,
Right.
and it's like no,
Oh no,
yeah,
it's this one right here. Yeah.
they're hanging on to him here, and then like Grandpa is going over some stuff, and then she's like it ends up going to like the next panel. I think it wasn't the next page, but the page after.
Right.
It's like
But
they get
but this page was pretty interesting too. Like her walking back upstairs. Oh, I can't do anything if I'm in. I mean, if I'm in these clothes, I had to be back in my normal outfit. I just thought it was funny
yeah
the way they shit. The way she. I go, dude. Why would you? Why would you want to expose yourself in the first place? It's like,
yeah oh yeah, and this one is like, okay, so this one pretty much talks about her vials, her
yeah,
serum. And
yeah,
and then it's like, so kind of like you were saying, oh, it's like, oh, she's either stopping or like giving it away or breaking it.
right,
So she ends up the last one she has. She said now she's going reaching for her serum,
right.
and
Crashed,
she crashed. She drops it. She
right.
drops the last serum.
How my biggest thing on this part was how the hell are you that freaking clumsy with the vial, and why would you? Well, wait, yeah, why would they be in glass vials in the first place?
Yeah, so it's just yeah. Yeah, she
Was
don't
there
like
was there plastic? Oh, there was plastic back in the 60s, so yeah.
yeah, it was.
So yeah, she could have put it in plastic vials. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
just
just
thought it just made me laugh because how clumsy she is because she had 4 vials
right.
or yeah, well, 4, then 3, then gave so gave Dracula one, so she had 2 vials left. So she ends up dropping her bag and is cracking both vials.
Yeah, so she breaks the last one that she had, and it's like, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh no,
You know,
yeah, she drank the other one too. That's what it was. So she was down to 1. So she breaks the freaking 1 vial.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, it's like, and so you're gonna say now she's contemplating. It's like, oh, now she has to go save rescue Dracula, but she never would have thought she would be saving or rescuing him.
Yeah.
So but she must save him. So it goes on.
Yeah.
It goes on to the
Yeah,
next.
yeah, it goes on to these panels here. Dude, Jose did amazing work. Well, like how, like I can see this one on a shirt, and I can see this one, her lunging at somebody on a shirt.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. Like so that's when everybody else discovers that she's a vampire
Of course,
herself.
dude.
Yeah.
Of course. You see any female back then dressed like this, you're gonna either think she's a witch or
Yeah, or the
or a
fangs.
harlot back then.
Yeah, yeah, and the fangs came out, and showed here. Then like
Yeah,
she bites into the one guy and all that, the whole thing. But now
yeah.
so
No,
she has to
but
save
this is
Dracula.
my favorite panel is this one. Is when she's standing in front of Dracula, and it looks like, yeah, well, yeah, it does say it, but but my interpretation was, oh shit. That panel was, oh shit.
Yeah, so which is cool. It's like so she saves Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
so
yeah, she is Dracula, but we find, yeah, but in present day they're married, so it's kind of funny. It's
that's what
not,
kind of leads. That's where I'd say if you go to the next page.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, where they kiss right here, and then here comes the
the
Conjurers.
the
Yeah,
Conjurers,
yeah, they because they escaped the Van Helsing mansion.
yeah,
Then they're away. They kiss, and then also here's the Conjurer. So pretty much tell him it's like you failed your mission. Telling Dracula he failed his mission. He was supposed to, uh, atone for his evilness and sins and whatever, and pretty much she's telling that Vampirella failed as well, and then they go. It shows Vampirella going to present day. The following, it's like she's
yeah,
like vanishing.
yeah, these
Yeah, but so she's that's just where like of course Adam
all the
Van
Van,
Helsing.
yeah, all
Yeah,
the Van Helsings again.
yeah,
I just thought it was funny.
yeah. So it's like, but she's like realizing it's like that that she's found right, especially the last couple pounds that she found her now that Adam Van Helsing's human arms aren't enough. Now that he found that she's found one of her own kind to love, and
Right.
that one is the one that she found is Dracula.
So
So
yeah, so now it makes more sense of present day stuff.
yeah,
But now it's a love now it's a love triangle.
yeah,
It's pretty interesting. So so she got a normal, a human. Then now she got the Draculonian as in the Dracula. Yeah, but I don't think the present day they even say that he's a Draculonian. I forget. I need to reread some of the newer stuff and see what priests. I think priest read some of this stuff, and that's where some of his ideas came from.
yeah. So yeah, because I think the other stories of Dracula it wasn't Draculonian like or from Draculon.
Right.
You know, it's like it was just some weird evil creature that came about.
Right. So this actually gives it a little nice twist for Dracula. It's
Mm.
actually, well, it makes more sense
Yeah,
for this, for at least for Vampirella's story stuff. But
yeah,
it was, I mean, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the story. I just every time I read stories now, I just really get to the parts I go, which part is Dell gonna bring up more most of all, or which what plot holes are Dell's gonna bring up
yeah. So
most of it.
yeah, yeah.
I just like reading it now because I've read, Dell, I've read it before, but now my reading now is like reading it and then I'm like, I wonder which part Dell's gonna bring up the most. It makes me laugh every time. Like I'm like, I kind of figured you would on like this part on what was it? This part. As soon as I got to this page, I looked at it, I got to the page, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna bring this up for sure because of the because it says you're evil, so the serum won't work.
Yeah.
But you can blame the conjurers for having them fail. That's the biggest thing that's the conjurers' fault for having them fail because because of this panel here on this end where she goes, hey, it's not gonna work. He got hungry. Guess what happened? He bit somebody. He bit the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like telling a dog you can't eat or you can't drink that, then it won't help. And guess what happened?
Yeah. So that's where that's where it's like kind of like I guess it's kind of like a hole in the character and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Character development. Maybe it's not necessarily a plot hole, but a hole in the character itself.
Yeah, the hole in the character, and then my biggest thing was the takeaway from it was the writer didn't get enough information from the previous writers to fill him out a little more. or at least to fill the Conjuress out a little more.
Yeah.
Because the Conjuress, I just thought the Conjuress was a bitch. Being honest,
Yeah.
I thought she was a bitch because she comes in the previous one where he's drinking the serum and goes, "Hey, it ain't gonna work because you're a fucking evil asshole."
Yeah, so, yeah, I kind of like it's like this is just like plot. I say yeah, it's like
Yeah, but but like you said, from back then writing, you know what? But if you're thinking from the mindset of back then, it's it's
but
different.
still, it's still as a writer, they should people these writers should know better. It's like I'm just not everybody's perfect, but they got
Right,
got to keep the story straight. It's like
right, or at
or
least
they,
if you're taking over for what was it for I can't I can't remember is it who did he take over for? He took over for Archie Goodwin. If you're gonna take over for somebody, you should read his previous stuff for Dracula and then freaking work some of that stuff into yours, so you
yeah
don't freaking make plot holes or make like you
yeah
said holes in the character.
yeah. So to
This
maintain
this was my biggest issue with this one, though. This was my
yeah
the same thing you have an issue with. That's the same thing I had an issue with. It was like story was okay, but the biggest issue I saw was our friend T Money, like our other friend likes to call him. He needed to do some research. Like he like don't just write some shit. It looked like he just sat down and just wrote some shit.
yeah. So got got to maintain continuity. And just
Yeah,
yeah, keep everything do your research, read the previous books, and know where the story's at, and know the
right.
characters, and then to maintain a constant storyline.
Oh, yeah, now we're now, now the next couple of issues we're in that fucking love triangle.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, pretty much, it seems like that's where it's leading to. It's like all right now, it seems like to me, it seems like Vampirella is like all right now. She found her one of her kind,
Yeah,
so she has a love interest now. She's one
yeah,
of her kind.
yeah.
So
Now, yeah, but now it makes her like almost into a damsel in distress type character, almost, almost. Not yet, but it's close. And then well, we got this one was done by uh, I told you already, but I freaking forgot the damn guy's name again. Esteban Maroto. The next story on the docket on here. I know you didn't read it, but I kind of skimmed through it. So we had the Vampirella story, then we had the Esteban story. This Esteban Maroto. So he did the art
the
and he wrote
art,
it.
yeah, he did. Yeah, I see that. He did
Yeah,
the art uh,
and wrote it.
and write it. Yeah,
Yeah, so it was an interesting. It felt like another Vampirella story, almost type thing. Like it's another another female from another planet type thing. Almost like John Carter from Mars. Almost when I read it, that's what I got a feeling for it. Almost like a John Carter of Mars story, almost like like the princess or whatever from a different planet, and
Mm.
that's what I got from this one. And then we got the Luis Dominguez story after this one. I believe it's the yeah. So it's the zombie. No, it was not that one. It's the Love Game one. Love Game one was interesting. Talking about you know bad bad intentions.
yeah.
Stalker type stuff. What the love thing. And then we got this one, Eyes Open. Another story from another couple artists, and then we got the fan club, Eerie, and then we got the patches where you could have ordered them back then. You had to order a bunch of stuff before internet. You had to order you had to mail away for a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, everything's all mail aways and
So
mail order.
if you guys didn't know, back in the '60s there was no internet, so you had to mail away for stuff.
Oh yeah, I would say it was the internet. For those that may not know, the young ones and the young
Yeah,
viewers that we have that
yeah,
are 25 years or less.
right.
You know, the internet didn't really come around to like the mid 90s.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
so back then you would have to that's what the mailbox was for.
Yeah, it's like you see, it was mail away. Then it progressed to not only just mail away from books and magazines, but
Right.
also then
CDs,
yeah for
the tapes, all
yeah
kinds of stuff.
yeah it's just like for various things like
Yeah.
from but also then when TV really cable really expanded, also it was also calling it in.
Right, right.
And
Yep. Yep.
see an advertisement on TV is like,
Right.
oh, get this or the other. Call this 800 number now. Yeah,
Yep. And then we got the all all the famous monster stuff, all the other stuff with the Warrens. Yep. And then I believe this is I think this is the yeah, no. Yeah, this is the Vengeance Brother Vengeance. So it's pretty much talking about a guy, you know, vengeance his brother because of the Zombie King and whatever, you know. And but it felt like almost like Hercules type story almost. It felt like Dale. It almost felt like a
yeah,
Hercules story. Like he fought creatures, he fought all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? But it's pretty much like a sword and sorcery story. And then
yeah.
you meet
Yeah, sorcery fantasy type of thing.
you meet the Zombie King. That's the guy in the throne is the zombie. They call it yeah. So he's the Zombie King. And then the damsel in distress. See I that dude Louis Dominguez, dude. His art is amazing. Just the
But
female,
yeah,
yeah.
the artwork is very good. I like the
Yeah.
detail and the shading on it. So it's like
Yeah, dude, Dominguez's art is freaking bar none. Him and Gonzalez's art are crazy. Just him doing the female and the Zombie King, man.
right.
It's like crazy.
That's it. The artwork is
Just
very good.
the detail, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's very good artwork. I think I like the detail behind it, and the shading
Yeah,
and all
but
that too.
yeah, dude, story was really good too. I was surprised, but he didn't write it. Georgia, hold on. Greg. Let's see. Yeah, Greg Peters wrote it. Teenage Greg Peters. So yeah, so the story wasn't bad either. The story was good. Yeah, and then you get creatures fighting him fighting all these creatures. Yeah, and you know what happens. Hero ends up with the damsel.
Yeah,
Of course.
exactly. Yeah,
That's how it ends. Pretty much. Hero ends up with the damsel. And he ends up killing the Zombie King.
yeah, but the artwork is really good. I actually like the artwork in this one.
Yeah, I really did. Dude, I wish actually I should look it up to see if any of these panels ended up on Heritage or anywhere. Like, anyways, if we do go to the art show, I wouldn't mind going to just look to see if Vengeance Brother Vengeance ended up on on somebody's personal collection, asking the collectors and stuff. I wouldn't mind asking, but I enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed this issue. Did you enjoy the issue?
Yeah, I did. I did. Overall, it was a good issue.
Yeah. So one of my favorite covers, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good cover. It's a very cool cover.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite covers besides having Vampy on it.
Yeah,
But it's one of my favorites on Warren Comics. So yeah, but and then Lewis, and then like I was telling you guys, and showing Dell earlier, Louis Dominguez did not do any Vampirella. Like he did not draw any Vampirella for Warren. He did because after this he did a bunch of eerie and creepy stuff for them, and didn't do. I think he did. Yeah, he did four stories, so four strips. So this is strip one. The Vengeance Brother Vengeance was the first one, and then I forgot the other ones. I have to look up the other ones, but yeah. So he did some other ones for them, and then he did 8 covers. So this is cover one for them.
yeah. And it looks like he just. I think it looks like he did something in Famous Monsters, one of the Famous Monsters issues.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. So he
yeah,
did Famous Monsters, but I showed Dell this, and I show beforehand or before we got on live. So this is Dominguez's Vampirella that he did. So if you guys want to get some Luis Dominguez art, he's known for House of Secrets. He's known for all that stuff too. But if you're wanting a Vampy from him, he did a Vampirella. What was it? Cra, oh, what did I tell you? It was what the hell was the damn story name? Hold on.
Crimson Chronicles.
Crimson Chronicles. That's what it was. Crimson Chronicles that was done by Harris in '04. Yeah, so this cover didn't come out until '05 because it's issue 4. But I can understand why Warren sued Harris. Yeah, me and Dell were just talking about it. Harris did some normal stories, did some they had some writers who do their own stories, but these guys love to reprint a bunch of Warren's old stories of Vampirella. When I think they only had the rights to the character, but they didn't have the rights to any of that Warren, the material.
Yeah.
So, what would happen if you use somebody's material and you don't have the rights to it? Lawsuit.
Exactly. It's a lawsuit, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, stuff like that. Especially if if they're. I don't know if they. I don't know if they thought that's. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You probably know more of the details more than I do on that.
Right.
If they got the rights to the character,
Right.
did they get the licensing for the stories too, or is it
Yeah,
just the rights to the character only?
that's what I'm thinking that they didn't. That's why that lawsuit happened in the first place. Because if you Delv, you've seen the reprints because you have some of those reprints from the Harris. Because
Yeah.
you showed me and I go, oh yeah, that's a reprint, and you go,
Yeah.
yeah, you even go, yeah, really? I go, yeah, open it. It's just like the magazines. It's in comic form.
Yeah, because there was like four. I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. There was like a mini series, which was like it showed the cover
Right.
to,
It
and like
showed
the cover.
a brand new. Yeah, it showed one. There was one that it showed like the Crimson Chronicles showed you a brand new cover, but guess what? A bunch of the stories inside of it was the same fucking stories from the '60s.
Yeah, so yeah, so because I remember I had yeah, because I remember I had that mini series, and then like I'm selling it online on
Yeah.
eBay, but it was like this. So the covers were matching with like issue 1, 2, and 3. It was like the
Right.
same covers, but then
Right.
like you were telling us, like, hey, look, this it looks like it was just like the magazine ones, but comic book size,
Yeah.
instead of magazine size.
Yeah. And then because you had asked me, you're going, what are these? I go, oh, they're just the reprints. Yeah. You go, yeah, they are. I go, because you couldn't tell because they didn't give you a cover like this. They just gave you a
Right.
freaking cover like this, and you would think it's a whole new book.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you opened it, you went, "Oh shit, it is reprints." Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So
they even reprinted the magazines. They reprinted the first couple, like the first 4 issues.
yeah.
Yeah, and you got those too. So it's like,
Yeah.
and then next,
I
yeah,
am selling those. I did
yeah,
have. I did have
yeah.
those. Yeah.
And next week we're going to issue 2021. Yeah,
21. Yeah. It's a
we're
good
going to
cover.
issue 21, and we're back to Enrich Torres's artwork again. But I'm excited to see what you're gonna be thinking about this story. But
Yeah.
and then we'll talk more about Enrich's art again. I'll do some more research and stuff and see some stuff. But there goes the dog. But I enjoyed the story. I give a cover a 9. What about you?
Yeah, I'll say I'm with you on that one. It's like I give it a 9 because I do like the cover on it. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I give it a 9. Okay. And this little mini story they always do. This one was pretty funny.
Mm,
It's talking about a Black Widow on the Wild West, pretty
mm,
much. Yeah, like she lured single men to marry her, and then she pretty much was a butcher, so she butchered the guys.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
they found all the guys in the crawl space, pretty much
Oh,
like the Silence of the Lambs. You know how put the lotion on the skin. It's just a female
mm.
version of that.
Put the lotion on the skin or gets a hose again.
Hmm. It's pretty much the female version of that. It's just she was a butcher instead of a freaking a serial killer.
Yeah.
But what did you think of the story?
Stories overall was good. It's just just little things. It's just little things on
Yeah,
there, but
well, yeah, me
yeah,
too. Little things, but I don't think we've gave a story a 9 yet. But I don't think this was a 9. I think this was maybe a I want to give it a 5, but it's a low 6.
yeah. So I'm with you on that one too.
It's a low 6.
I
Being
guess
honest,
6.
because it doesn't drive me crazy. It just makes me laugh every time she comes up with the freaking serum. It drives me crazy.
Yeah,
It doesn't drive me bonkers. It just drives me go like you said. Like every time they bring up the serum, either she has one vial left or 3 vials left, and then she's giving away her freaking vials.
yeah. And in this story, she did. It
She gave
was
away 2 vials.
she gave she
Well,
said
she gave Dracula
drank
2
it.
vials. She
Yeah, it's
gave
like
him one and gave him another one.
yeah. She's giving them away. She's drinking them, and then like it's
Yeah.
like everything happens. Like she drank it, gave them away, and broke them. I was like, it's like come on,
So what do you think of T Bunny as a writer for this?
He's not obviously not doing his research, and there's holes in the story. But he's not a terrible writer, but it's like
Right. But
it's like,
compared to Archie Goodwin and him, I think
yeah,
Archie's a better writer, being
yeah,
honest. And this guy is a eh, eh, eh. That's why I give him a low 6. So he's an eh.
yeah, exactly.
Actually, I gotta look up to see who does the next one. I think he does the next one again, or I think Archie does. I forget, but I have to look. I sent it to you already, so
Yeah,
you should be good. But yeah, so this I give it a 6. I gave it a 6. But yeah, since I'm the only one that read this I forgot the guy's name again. What was it? Esteban Maroto's story. Very cool. I'll give it that. The story was very interesting. Story, I'll give it a solid 7.
Mm.
Art wise, I'll give it a solid 8. But very psychedelic but not surprised. It's the 70s and the 60s, so not surprised. But very cool. I can see this stuff on posters, artwork. I can see Esteban stuff on posters and stuff. Just like this part, just what none of the word bubbles, just this part of it. The lady.
yeah. So, well, it'll be interesting to see if it was in full color.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, full color, and then and on poster form too. It'd be kind
yeah,
of cool. And then then the Esteban story wasn't bad. But like I said, art's a 8, stories is stories a 7, because dude, Esteban did it all himself. He did everything himself.
mm,
So you can't, you know what I mean? You can't complain about that.
yeah,
And then we go from I'm gonna grade Vengeance Brother Vengeance. I know you probably give the art a 8, but if you
Yeah.
story wise, I give it a solid 7 too for that one. Story was I enjoyed it. Yeah. This I really enjoyed. Luis Dominguez, dude, art was amazing on it. I'll give it an 8. Story, I'll give it a solid 7. We haven't gave nothing a 9 yet, or an 8 story wise. Well, I'm not surprised. Back in the 60s,
Yeah,
stories.
yeah. I'll probably go back to reading this one as
Yeah,
reading a story on this one, because I do like the art. The artwork is very cool. So
yeah. But
yeah,
it really cool. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Like how he did the female. I really well. Dell knows.
yeah.
we always joke about it. That's why they call me the Cantonese Playboy.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
exactly.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
but the story, yeah, like I said, story's good. You know what I mean? If you guys want to read this, you guys can. You know what I mean? You guys can always hit me up if you guys want to join us or whatever you guys want to do. You know. So
yeah. So yeah. Also, it's like I got to meet a writer yesterday. So uh, may there might be we might have a writer join us, a
yeah, we
writer
may have
artist.
a writer, and we may have the writer artist
Yeah,
eventually join us, but it's gonna be a surprise for you guys. But Dell actually got to meet some nice people that actually did some Vampirella stuff, but they're not from the Warren run, but they're from some Harris stuff.
yeah.
But
So
if you guys are smart, you guys can probably put it together. But well, I'm not giving you that many clues, but the Dell knows and I know who they are. But as soon as we work something out with them and work their schedules out, or work me and Dell work our schedules out, and then to see if it fits, we'll talk to them about how it was, how they, how they loved working on Vampirella and how they got introduced to Vampirella. So I'm excited to talk to them, and we got some cosplayers still in the works. It's
yeah,
just cosplayers are busy, and they're eventually gonna get back to me. Eventually, it's just they're super busy right now. It's still con season, so as
yeah,
soon as con season's a little lighten up for them, they'll hit me back up. I got a message from one, so as soon as con season lightens up, they'll hit me back up again. So
yeah, for sure,
yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, I got yeah. I just got. I was like, I just yeah. So we'll keep you posted. So hopefully
yeah.
we'll get something different to kind of break up the routine that we
Yeah,
have here
yeah,
now.
because I know you guys get eventually bored of us going over these these magazines every time. So we're trying to work some stuff into Vampy Book Club. We're not just talking about Vampirella Warren magazines. We'll even talk about new issues if we got to, if you guys
Exactly.
want. But if
Yeah.
you guys have to let me know what you guys want to see.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
guys want to see more cosplayers, you guys want to see more us talking to writers and artists about this stuff, I would love to. You know what I mean? So just let me know. You guys hit the like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Yeah, this is Deli Man or Dollar Dell and Deli Man signing out, and the Cantonese Comic Kid, the Cantonese Playboy, the Vampy Expert, everything else signing out.